Now to get some more analysis, let me bring in my guest, Dr. Johannes Drooghaag, CEO of Spearhead Management in Bonn, Germany. Welcome to Asia Today, sir. Now, there seems to be a compromise between the Australian government and Facebook. How far is the government backing down on legislation to ensure fair payment for news publishers?
Well, the compromise is only a partial step back by the Australian government, because it still insists that for news outlets on Facebook's platform, for which Facebook then can create profits on advertisement, etc., they will have to strike a licensing deal. What has changed is that in the original concept, Facebook would be forced to strike such licensing deal with all registered media outlets. And in the current compromise, Facebook can still decide which outlets they want to have on their platform, and also with which outlet they will then have to agree on a licensing firm. So I would call it a draw. But the implications of that go much further. As mentioned, other countries are looking at this, and it will lead to further steps around the world.
Yeah, well, this has been an issue for years, how news publishers can earn revenue when online platforms like Google and Facebook distribute their product for free. How significant is Australia's action, and what can the rest of the world learn from it?
Well, the first significance is that Australia now basically tells Facebook, you are not an internet provider as it is determined under Article 230 in the United States. You are a publisher, you are using content of other publishers, and you must pay for that. A direct consequence of that is that Facebook will also be held responsible. And Australia is not the first country which does that. Germany already has law in place about copyrights and copyright infringements, which also apply to Facebook. And it also has generated laws about, for example, topics like hate speech, where Facebook claims it cannot keep up and it is not responsible. So the global stance is currently changing, that the US legislation which led to the supremacy of United States corporations on the internet, the famous Article 230, does not have a global reach. And the second thing, and this is, I'm a publisher myself and an author myself, it is a very positive development that countries, and Australia takes the lead in that, put an end to a business model like Facebook and Google have, by which it makes money on the contents of others, but an advertisement around that content of others, but is not willing to pay for that content it uses. Because without content, neither Facebook nor Google would be attractive enough for advertisement. And I think that's a very good move, and it makes at least the internet partially more fair.
Well, thank you so much for analysis, Dr. Johannes Drooghaag. Appreciate it.